Hello, I'm Emma Darcy, and this is my GQ action replay of House of the Dragon Season 1.
Father, everyone knows.
This is funny, this is the first time I've watched the show since it came out.
This interminable infighting must cease! All of you! We are family!
Paddy Considine is so extraordinary. He's so galvanizing to be in a room with, because from the moment that he steps on set, he brings the conviction of that character of Viserys. And I think it's interesting, right? I feel like this is like one of the first times in the first series that I got to perform in a scene where the patriarchal structure is starting to fracture somewhat. You know, you have this great man who is ailing and no one mentions it, attempting to exact his will, and somehow it's not wholly convincing, and his partner is choosing a different line, and I think it's almost like there's a sort of fragility in the tectonic plates of the family. Yeah, I mean, I think this show is at its best when it sort of lives in the realm of domestic drama. It's when all of that scale, all of that kind of majestic materiality starts to sing for me, I think.
Your king demands it!
There is still something funny about this poor child, Leo, with one eye completely sewn shut. He was made up like that for 5 days.
I shall have one of her son's eyes in return.
My dear wife.
He is your son, Viserys. Your blood.
Do not allow your temper to guide your judgment.
It's funny, I feel like Matt is playing like the narrator or something in this scene, like he's just in the doorway. We occasionally cut to him to get a bit of feedback or something.
This matter is finished. Do you understand?
Seeing myself, which is obviously horrendous, I feel like I look very different, or very young, maybe. That person doesn't know what's happening yet.
Anyone whose tongue dares to question the birth of Princess Rhaenyra's sons should have it removed.
Thank you, Father.
Thanks, Dad. Get the knife out.
Alicent, stay with the king! Hold your ground! Do not suggest it!
Me and Liv were, I think, completely hysterical, actually, by the time we got to shoot the big tussle, because we'd been in this strange purgatory for 5 days, and it sends you some, I don't know, slightly loopy, but there was an amazing bit where every time I laughed, I'd cry. And that's sort of where we were. It was really good.
What have I done but what was expected of me? Forever upholding the kingdom, the family, the law. Will you flout it all to do as you please?
Alicent!
Sorry, I'm laughing because it's actually really tense.
And now you take my son's eye, and to even that you feel entitled. Exhausting, wasn't it? Hiding beneath the cloak of your own righteousness. But now they see you as you are.
But it's also obviously kind of sweet, they're so childlike. That regression is so immediate to kids tussling in the playground over some disagreement. I really feel that, it's nice. That tussle probably was the main bit of stunt adjacent work. Certainly I got to do first season. There's something quite theatrical about it, right? It's nice. It's a sort of, the scale of the moment allows you to sort of hope, you want to rise to it. And it's exciting to shoot something like that when there are so many people on set. You have sort of so many cast and supporting artists. The room is super hot because everything is on fire. The intensity is kind of real to some extent. And also it's really fun. It's fun to, there's lovely work available in you know, wordy, knotty dialogue scenes, but it's also exciting to do stuff that's like in the body and like doing it with her. It's also interesting, like I didn't know Liv super well at this point. It's early in the shooting process, and the first day of shooting that scene, because it was so big, I was off camera the whole day. So I was there to off lines, but I was sort of in my own clothes. But I really remember feeling deeply fortunate because it was a sort of pinch me moment, for want of a better phrase, because I was just there giving lines to Olivia and to Paddy Considine and these extraordinary actors. Noticing Damon being left behind, he sort of remains behind the curtain. I sort of hadn't noticed until just now what like lovely storytelling that is, actually, and that in this context where a parent is ill, Rhaenyra is able to be braver than Damon.
Who goes there?
Father. It's me, my king. Rhaenyra.
There's something frightening, I think, there can be in a family member being very diminished. Rhaenyra is able to take that on. I think that speaks to her character, actually, and to her relationship with her father, to empower my king when someone's so, diminished. That's really nice.
I'm here with Damon.
Damon.
I find that performance so moving. This like split between being fearful, wanting to support, to encourage, to like love. He so wants to sort of be a man, but he's trying so hard at it. He always appears as a boy. I think it's so good.
The sea snake has taken a grave wound in battle in the Stepstones.
Trying to be a man.
You won that 4 years ago.
No. The trachea is resurgent.
So glad they allowed that stumble to stay in. It's really beautiful. Damon's like discomfort and the confusion, particularly Viserys' confusion, being unsettling.
There is a petition to decide upon the succession of Driftmark and the heir to the Driftwood throne.
Listen to Notto. See to all that business now.
He's so ill. It's like the final act, isn't it? The final big commitment of energy.
Father, this is Aegon,
Aegon.
and this is Viserys.
These babies would not stop crying. They were not happy. They were having a terrible day. But I think it's like great because it's real and because you don't want the baby to cry. You actually want the baby to be some sort of salvation in a situation like this. But as in real life, that is not what the baby's going to do. That is not the baby's responsibility. It's almost confounding. I don't think Rhaenyra is trying to just be a daughter. I think her understanding of the capacity is available to Viserys is possibly a little bit more acute than Daemon's. Like, I feel that Daemon's attempt to talk politics is cover for his discomfort. He actually can't deal with the issue at hand, which is that this man is dying. And so he wants to enlist his brother as colleague, as leader. It's not possible. It's actually not appropriate. One might get there, but like in the current state, I think it's an impossibility. On the one hand, there's like an honouring, right? There's, I've named my kid after you. Definitely, yeah. She has a desire as a daughter to share that, to show that. I think she wants the feedback from that. But I think it may also be, the action is sort of to empower, to embolden, to strengthen. You show the young, the youth, to give life to this older man. And I find that both like very moving and convincing, but very real. I think it's something that we do.
You're declared allies?
Yes?
Too few to win a war for the throne.
Well, we would also hope to have the support of houses Arryn, Baratheon, and Stark.
Hope is the fool's ally.
Even to shoot, I think I always find the scenes in that council chamber quite challenging, because typically Rhaenyra is so outnumbered and her authority is constantly being questioned. Even if that's not said aloud, the energy in the room is one of cynicism. It's like constantly for Rhaenyra, authority is like a trial, because somehow even though she is becoming the leader of this council, she's still waiting to be enfranchised. Certainly that's true here because she requires Corlys's support.
This Hightower treason cannot stand. You have the full support of our fleet and house.
That's major. In this sort of elongated process of a person coming into their power and into a position of leadership, I like the idea that that would be quite a troubled road and one fraught with failure and particularly embarrassment. I think that's such a potent emotion, and trying something for the first time, trying anything for the first time, especially in public, in view, trying to assert one's authority for the first time without fully knowing how that will be received. I think it's embarrassing, and I like that sometimes there's a self-consciousness in the attempt.
If we're to have enough swords to surround King's Landing, we must first secure the support of Winterfell, the Eyrie, and Storm's End.
I'll prepare the ravens, Your Grace.
We should bear those messages. Dragons can fly faster than ravens, and they're more convincing.
Oh no.
Very well.
They both look so young. Everyone looks so lovely. Beth and Harry, Phoebe and Elliot. They look like children when they go and do this, which I had maybe forgotten. I worry that I've talked so much about that final scene of the show. What I love about it and felt so sort of miraculous on the day is the collaboration between so many elements, right? Like the shot that was constructed by Greg Yaitanes. It's like a crane and it comes right the way through the room, across the table, finds Rhaenyra at the end, and you've got all these lovely moving parts. You have essays who cross, and it's a really symphonic bit of choreography, I think. And Matt's beautiful idea to give me the news as we walk away from camera, which actually unlocked the day for me, I think, because I could just see it. And I suppose for Rhaenyra, I think she is someone who might have considered herself an expert in grief prior to this news. Hearing of the death of her child is a re-education. I think something that really struck me on the day is how physical it can be, as though one's body is not only sort of, for want of a better word, torn in childbirth. It can be sort of wrought again, actually. As a parent who loses a child, and so there's something about realizing that the status of parent actually creates a sort of a fundamental fragility, one that won't go away. The fear, the worry, the love for those people is so dominating that she'll never get to live without fear, I suppose. It's something that she learns here, I think. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy season 2.